best not to do that. Not think about it. Do a little check. Okay. Okay, we're live. Oh, right. Gotta pull up the chat. Ooh, sorry. Ooh. Alright. Let's start off on high note. Alright. Wish I could just do that, but unfortunately, gotta be the whole set. Oh, so allergies just keep getting worse. I probably should take my allergy pill now. Hopefully that helps. Alright, Mr. Creeper, Mr. Con, Mr. Scrim, Evex, and Thunder. Hang on a second. Oof, sorry. Sneeze bad. Oof. Anyways, what was I? Right. Hope you guys have fun. I will do my best to not, you know, be a douche. Of course, I am still gonna kill you. Alright, and then this is sacrifice, right? Let's see how good or how bad these people are. Oh, mastermind. Fully infected survivor. Automatically be carried with the mastermind. Yep. Oh shit, sorry. How's that? How's that sound? One of the things that I may need to reset Twitch, honestly. There y'all are. Oh, you coming up to my level, huh? It's a shame you've come to die. Hey Ada, how you doing? Oh, you kept going, huh? Oh, you people, you need to stop running.
You disappoint me.
Good try.
Is
Good
that
try.
the best you've got?
Okay, that's better. Good. Going to attempt to work on the Jenny? No? There you are. Ah, I missed. Oh. Ah, crap. Screw that up. There you are. Ooh, having a little trouble there, my friend?
Poor performance indeed.
Yep. That is definitely some bad internet information, isn't it? Alright, I see my hook. Can I get him to it? Yes, I can. Do a quick little check behind me. We good to go. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh! That's unfair for her. Ah! Come back here. See you. I mean, no fairness, you got healed. Ah, shoot.
Just
Gotcha,
accept your fate.
Get off there, get off there. Gotcha. Okay, dig into this one. Now you stay on this hook, and you're gonna like it. Yeah, no one nearby. Ooh, someone working this Jenny up here. Hello, how you doing, Meg? Don't run in a straight line, Meg. But seriously, don't actually run into a straight line.
You'll pay for that.
Shame I hit you first.
Are you trying to
What?
make me angry?
That was interesting. Oh, come on. Got you that time. Oh, perfect. There's one in here. Oh, shoot. I know you're there. The heck? Oh, I see it. Get the. Oh, my friend. What's your pain here? What the hell? There you go. Ah, crap. Nah, crap. Come on. Come here. Gotcha.
I'll see you dead.
Yep, they're healing. Okay, they got that one over there. Check this Jenny. Nope. Check that Jenny and that one down there. Yep, someone's got some work on it. I saw that. Gotcha. Gotcha. What the heck? Can you stop teleporting all over the place? Yeah, there's a hook down here. The only one who hasn't been second gen or second hooked is, I believe, the Ada. Yeah, I see you. Come here, boy. There you go. Wait, what? Ah, crap. I gotta stop this shitting. Major focus is gonna be upstairs. There you are. Don't know what happened there. There you are. I don't know what your plan is. It's not gonna work, kid. Gotcha. Told you, it only works so long. There you are. I'm gonna here for a bit. Oh wow, I haven't even hooked you on, huh? Yep. Ah, my fucking... Oh, I don't have that right.
Do you actually
Gotcha.
think you can defeat me?
Really? Oh, you had Dead Hard, didn't you? What? Type of... Yeah. Yeah. You still won't get that one.
Too bad.
Gotta wait a few
Won't
seconds,
make
my
it
friend.
Further.
Taking at least one of you with me. Yep, shoot. Come here. Gotcha. The heck? Teleporting all over the place. That one's broken. Alright. It's not a good placement for y'all, unfortunately. Nope, they're working on this one.
Playtime is over.
Nope. Not this time, boy. Should grab you first. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Stay up there. Sounds like it's below me. Right, it's gotta be below me. Ah, no way to get down to it. Oh, here we go. Can I get to it in time? I don't think so. Nah, just there. Dang. Oh, I gotta select a different challenge. Let's go to the rift. Or another compendium. Oh, for a second there. Nah. Speaking of which, let me check my loadout. That's right, I unequipped everything. Oh wait, where's Sigil? I do hate that I became a slugger near the end there. But I was left with really no choice. Ugh. Oh, I can't select a different color. Interesting. I forget that happens. Yeah. Shame no one's Chris. Fair enough. Alright, here we go. Oh, so they got split up 2 and 2. I tried to reach him.
Too bad
Gotcha.
you won't make it much further.
Too bad. Much further. Come here. Shame I know which gin y'all were heading to. Do a quick check to make sure she didn't go to this one. Yeah. Gotcha. Come here.
You disappoint me. Is that the best you've got?
Best you got. Probably double healing. There he is.
Hard
Gotcha.
performance.
Performance indeed. Probably gonna go finish hers. I probably should have
I'll
finished.
see you dead.
Hey, how you doing?
Playtime is
Gotcha.
over.
Over. Thought someone was rescued him for a second there. Hey, how you doing? I'll pick you up. Probably gonna go for the yeah, there he is. Can't beat him though. Yeah, I know he's got impervious right now. That just sucks. Oh, surprised you let that happen. Oh, those are my own footsteps. Ah, there you are. There you are. Hey, how you doing? Gotcha! There you are. No, you don't have to.
Just getting started.
Nope, can't find it. Oh well, GG. Hey, bronze 4. Oof, sorry. Ooh. Okay, so we got a big DC4 Lepidage, Grismere, and Ace Vinscotti, so probably a robot. Anyways, I also need to make sure I can get... Because I need to do a check of something, if my name's even showing up as the Twitch. There we go. I was wondering what was taking so long. Alright, where they spawn at? To there. To there. Yeah, let's go for the closer ones. Hey, how you doing? That's missed. I did not just lose her. Yeah, blast mine.
You
Hey, how you doing,
disappoint me. Is that the best
It
you
is the best you can get. I fucked up his waistline too.
Just getting started.
War started. There you are. Oh, come on, really? Alright, fine. Fuck Really making me work for this, huh? Ugh.
I'll see you dead.
Alright, take this one.
Poor
Hey, how you doing?
performance indeed.
Comments indeed. Oh, like you're over here. That's a shame. Yeah, you ran for him first. probably walked away. Yeah, they're going for a reset. They're probably inside the house. Yep.
You'll pay for that.
God damn. There you are.
You're merely postponing the inevitable.
Nope, gotcha. Come here. Good job, fuck.
Too
There you
bad you won't make it much further.
Hey, how you doing?
Playtime.
How you doing? Yep, 2 are gonna get out. Yep, they're leaving. Yeah, you went to the other door. Oh no, you got the exit. Actually, nice. Alright, give me one moment. I'm gonna try something real quick. Give me... What? Oh, Devotion 1. Huh. Nice. Oh, no wonder. It never actually took effect. Oh well. I'll have to figure out some way to change it later. For now, I think I'm going to take a break on Dead by Daylight, and we'll switch over to Mass Effect.
that special they had on the extranet? That crap rots your brain. You should be out hunting. Fixing something if you can.
Erdnot clan reports use weak encryption. I see references to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout.
And the Solarians, too. Little bastards in this swamp. Never quite couldn't take it.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I also decided to make myself some dinner. Okay. And you probably saw the stuff I've already done. So I just changed out, or not. I switched out, who was it? Garrus for, Grunt.
Shepard, what can I do for you, my friend?
I have a Krogan on my crew. He has some kind of sickness and needs treatment.
Where are you from, whelp? Was your clan destroyed before you could learn what is expected of you?
I have no clan. I was tank bred by Warlord Okir. My line distilled from Kredok, Moro, Shiagar.
You recite warlords, but you are the offspring of a syringe.
I am pure Krogan.
Easy there.
You should be in awe.
Okir is a very old name. A very hated name.
He is dead.
Of course. You're with Shepard. How could he be alive?
I need Grunt back up to
Get to the
speed.
point.
What's wrong with him?
There's nothing wrong with him. He's becoming a full adult.
Wait, so this is a pilgrimage?
I don't care what aliens call it. Krogan undergo the rite of passage.
Too far, Rex. Your clan may rule, but this thing is not Krogan.
Idiot. So, Grunt, do you wish to stand with Erdnot?
What is
What
involved?
does the rite of passage require?
Not for me to say, Shepard. The shaman will discuss that.
Oop, that was close. You're allowed a
You'll
clone?
let a tank-bred Krogan join Clan Erdnot?
Only because he's with you. After all, you and I killed thousands like him. Not quite as big, but many. Clan Erdnot is strong, and the others will do as I say. They see the benefit of my vision.
What if he
happens
doesn't?
if he doesn't do this rite of passage?
If he was left here, he would be killed. The clanless are not respected. A tank bred, probably more so. His disposition is what it is, right or no. That's just him being a Krogan. Okir didn't tell you that in the tank. Did he, boy?
It's his call.
This is his choice.
It is in my blood. It is what I am for.
Good boy. Speak with the shaman. He's over on the second level. Give him a good show and he'll set you on the path. You too, Shepard. How many times have you stepped in a mess for your crew, hmm?
I need to go.
We'll talk later.
We'll go over this another time.
Watch yourself, Shepard. Tuchanka isn't safe and homey like Pharaoh.
This is the great Krogan homeworld. This is the land of Kredok, Shiagar, and Vile. This chunk of rock is barely worth standing on. Never thought I'd miss the tank.
I'll tear you apart. You don't have the plates to try.
Oof, that took a big hit.
This world is nearly destroyed. And for the most part, the Krogan have done it to themselves.
You'd know about that, Quarian. How's that slave machine race going?
We were driven from our world, but the Krogan are wasting theirs. Perhaps they must lose it to realize what they had.
Don't crowd the ambassador. Turn back, human. I may be an ambassador among my people, but that doesn't mean I have to speak to the likes of you. Don't think that carrying this whelp of a Krogan makes you worth my time. Leave now before my guards decide to eject you.
That would be a
You
mistake.
seem like a well-traveled Krogan, Ambassador.
I am.
Then you must know who I am. And you have to be aware that bad things happen to those who oppose me.
Stand down, men. I'm starting to like this human. I am the ambassador to Urdnok from Clan Nakmor. We're a small clan based in the Craddock Waste.
How does your clan
If
survive?
Knockmore is a small clan, how do you keep the more powerful clans from destroying you?
We are the clan of the great warlord Knockmore Crawl, who faced down platoons of Turians and won. Most clans lend us the respect our ancestor is due.
Interesting. What does your clan
business
want
does
here?
Clan Knockmore have with the Urdnot?
Clan leader Rex requested that I come. He and Clan Knockmore have been in talks about a more permanent alliance. With our help, Urdnot could rally others behind its banner and truly unite Tuchanka, and we would gain the chance to fight in larger battles with greater plunder.
So why be an ambassador? Seems like you want to be a fighter.
I thought all Krogan want to be warriors. What makes a Krogan become an ambassador?
You don't know as much as you think, human. A Krogan diplomat has to represent the strength of his people, or his clan appears ripe for conquest. I slaughtered my way to the top of my clan, human. I speak with the authority of a warrior.
Fair
I
enough.
should go.
Have a good day.
I'm sure you are needed elsewhere.
Eyes straight ahead.
Go away. The envoy to the female clans doesn't have to listen to aliens.
Okay, so that's a female? Huh. Fair enough.
You go beyond yourself, Gatatog Uvank. The rights of Urdnot are dominant. How do we know it will challenge him? He's unnatural. The beasts of the right could ignore him like a lump of plastic. They know blood no matter the womb. Your barking does not help your case. I'll speak for myself. This is the tank bread. It is very lifelike. Smells correct as well. Your protests ring hollow, Uvank.
We have permission to do this. And I hate something like Karen, but we have a permission.
Urdnot Rex has given us permission to seek clan status for Grunt.
Permission. That is good enough, if lacking in spirit. If this must stand on ritual, then I invoke a denial. My clan stands against him. He has no one. My patience is tested, but Uvank invokes correctly. Grunt, who is your clan? Your allies willing to kill and die on your behalf.
You can bring allies?
How is a candidate tested if he brings backup on his rite of passage?
Not every Krogan can be the strongest warrior, but each must inspire his peers to battle at his side. If the ones who know you best can find nothing worthy in you, you should wander the wastes and die alone before you weaken my clan.
We will kill for Grunt. Nah. Nah.
We
He's part of my
stand with Grunt, as shipmates and comrades.
Shipmates are not the same thing, but I grant you aliens your simple interpretation. Aliens don't know strength. My followers are true Krogan. Everything about Grunt is a lie.
Fuck it.
You dare. I like this human.
I had enough of him.
I withdraw my denial. This will be decided elsewhere. You have provoked them. Reason enough for me to like you. They're your problem now.
Do we need any special equipment?
To begin the rite, only the candidate and his Krant are required. You love battle, don't you, Shepard? The last gasp of a dying opponent. Bring your love of the fight to Grunt's trial, and he will succeed.
Is that Krogan gonna be a problem?
He is forbidden to interfere, will he? During the rite of passage, you must be ready for anything, Shepard. From what you've shown me, you will not disappoint.
We've waited long enough. Tell us how this works.
Still your impatience, Shepard. For now, know that Grunt will be tested, and that you must adapt.
Let's begin the
We're
right.
ready. Let's do this.
Excellent.
Excellent. Sounds like a dang Sith Lord. Alright, obviously Grunt, and then let's take. He's got biotics in him, I think. Let's take Garrus.
This is Tachanka's most recent scar. The last surface city to fall in the rebellions. The Keystone was at the heart. It has survived wars and the passage of centuries. It endures. Like the Krogan. If you wish to join Clan Urdnot, you must contemplate the Keystone and its trials.
What will happen?
Who knows? You must adapt. You must thrive no matter the situation. Any true Krogan will.
Alright. Let's
Let's get started, Shepard.
do this.
Hit the keystone.
First the Krogan conquered Tachanka, and mastered a natural world only we are fit to hold.
Here they come. I'm ready.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Grab this. Aim's up. Just
There. These beasts will know I'm worthy.
just making sure I grab everything.
One more. I'll put them down. Worthless. I see them. They'll all die.
Oh, while in the middle of conflict. Nice.
Knocked out. Never saw me coming.
Worthless. Here they come. I'm ready. Impact shot.
This should slow him down.
These beasts will know I'm worthy.
That was easy.
Then the Krogan were lifted to the stars to destroy the fears of a galaxy. An enemy only we could chase to their lair.
Crawlers, come to your death. Incoming!
And stay down.
One more. Too late.
shot.
Alright, let's switch to the Tempest.
This should slow him down. Come on.
Worthless.
Here we go. Last one. Here we go.
Now, all Krogan bear the genophage. Our reward, our curse. It is a fight where the only goal is survival.
Feel that? Everything is shaking. I am.
Ah, crap. So glad I got it. I got to reload. Because for some reason I got caught on the surface.
Now, all Krogan bear the genophage. Our reward, our curse. It is a fight where the only goal is survival.
Feel that?
There we go.
Everything is shaking. I am.
Where are you gonna pop them at? This was bigger than the last one, that's for sure. Alright, you gotta kill those things first. There we go.
Enemy worth fighting.
Ah, crap. That was wasting one. That was close. Am I Alex hit it?
I'm taking fire.
Ah, crap. I'm about to die, aren't I?
This is a test.
Somehow survived. Ah, I missed. Look at him.
Enemy worth fighting.
Taking heavy fire.
Ow. Yep, thought that would work. Ow.
More.
Where is it? Where is it? Nice.
We have company. Good.
I want more.
You live, and to rot down the Thresher Maw. No one has done that in generations. Would not Rex was the last.
My Krat gave me strength beyond my genes, which are damn good.
This will cause discussion. I wonder. You say you are pure, no alien meddling in your construction, just the warlord of Kier.
He's the ultimate
The best
Krogan.
Krogan traits are distilled into Grunt. He's designed to be perfect.
Being designed is the problem, but not made by aliens. And he is truly powerful. That is a tolerable loophole.
A what?
A reason to accept you. You are a mistake, but your potential could tip the current balance of the clans.
You spit on my father's name, on Shepard's name, but now you stop ranting because I'm strong.
With restrictions. You could not breed, of course, or serve on an alien ship. But you'd be clan in name.
You only want him as a trophy.
You talk like he's a thing. You're after his power. You don't really want him in your clan.
Of course not. I didn't really want to cooperate with Clan Erdnot either, but I had to. Clan Gatatog is on the verge, either of greatness or of joining the dust. I get traditional support if I fight you, and reformer support if I back you. Your rite of passage tipped that balance too.
You're called
It's
Grunt.
your choice, Grunt. Sounds like an easy job.
That's the problem. I'm pure Krogan. Uvik, you were the pretender.
Your head is valuable whether you're alive or dead.
Just try to take it.
Look out! Watch the Krogan! My shields are down. Krogan incoming! Get ready for close combat!
Whoever that one was. I don't know which one of you that was, but thank you. That's not. No, saving that for him.
Firing a high-impact shot!
There he is.
Watch the Krogan!
There we go. Actually, you know what? Grunt? Both of you, high impact shot.
Concussive shot ready.
You still alive after all that?
Uvik is meat. Let's signal at the Keystone to get out of here and leave him to rot.
The rite of passage, earning the honor of clan and name. Many survive, but it has been years since a Thresher Maw fell. Your names shall live in glory. Grunt, you are Erdnot. We now own property. Join the army and apply to serve under a battle master.
Shepard is my battle master. He has no match.
Understood. Congratulations, Erdnot Grunt. Accept this token from Fortak. His weapons are the finest we have.
Enough of your endless writing. Wow.
What were you called before you became shaman?
I gave up my name when I became the shaman. I am a conduit for the rage and bloodlust of my people. It would be wrong to retain my old identity. My life belongs to the clan.
Have a
I
good
should
one.
go.
May your foes be strong enough to keep you sharp.
Now what's this?
Shotgun damage, platinum, new outfit, fortification.
Hasn't been done since Rex himself.
Need to talk to Rex about that.
You just can't help making trouble. No one has killed them all since my turn in the right. Next you'll tell me he's a Quint and crap's dark matter. Guess that's what it takes to replace me. You are Erdnot Grunt. Welcome.
There was a Solarian in our blood pack, by the way.
I'm looking for a Solarian. He was captured by the blood pack and brought here.
My scout commander can direct you. He's probably near the perimeter running target practice. Don't take too much of his time. I need a constant watch on the other clans.
I need to go.
We'll
We'll go over this another time.
Hunt well, Shepard.
One more win in the pits, and I'm retiring.
What do you want, human? Rex told me to be polite. He didn't say you were going to talk to me.
I'm looking for a Solarian. The blood pack captured him and he was last seen around here.
I heard about that Solarian. Poor bastard. If it's blood pack, then Clan Weirlock has him. Sent one of my scouts to check it out, but he never reported back. Guess they got him too. Chief told me to give you one of the trucks. Just follow the highway to Weirlock's base if you've got the quads to deal with him in the blood pack.
Let's take the truck. We'll grab... You know what? We'll grab Tally. I should just put it in shockwave myself. Oh my word, I didn't even realize, but we're in the fourth one now. Oh, that's right, we also got that as well. And we'll switch this back to that. Forgot we got it when we rescued Tally. Oh, there goes my left nostril.
Inbound.
That's trying to do heavy pistol out.
Not difficult.
Ooh. Headshots.
Oh! Killed that one.
Oh, you are dead.
Incoming.
Where was that? You saw that, right? I didn't just miss it. It was it said pick up something. Ow.
One down, neutralized. Ah! Hit!
Get shotgun, nice. Got him. Oh, the manifold.
Repurposed Krogan Hospital. Sturdy, built to withstand punishment.
Odd to see the Krogan devote so many resources to care.
That body, human. Need to take a look. Sores, tumors, ligatures showing restraint at wrists and ankles, track marks for repeated injection sites. Test subject, victim of experimentation.
I don't suppose there's a way to tell who this poor bastard was?
No tattoos or ID. Maybe slave or prisoner, maybe merc or pirate. Irrelevant now. Clearly part of Krogan tests to cure genophage. Humans useful as test subjects, genetically diverse, enables exploration of treatment modalities.
Damn.
Wouldn't something native to Tuchanka work better? Varen, maybe?
Yes, human experiments strictly high-level, concept testing. Native Tuchanka fauna likely used later in development stages. Wise to delay use of Varen until necessary. Powerful bite.
How are humans more genetically diverse?
More variable. Peaks and valleys, mutations, adaptations, far beyond other life. Makes humans useful test subjects. Larger reactions to smaller stimuli.
I know we can look much different from each other, but Asari have a wide range of skin tones.
No, ignore superficial appearance, down to genetic code. Biotic abilities, intelligence levels. Can look at random Asari, Krogan, make reasonable guess. Humans, too variable to judge. Outliers in all species, of course. Geniuses, idiots. But human probability curve offers greater overall variety.
Interesting.
Now we've got 2 reasons to shut this place down.
Focus on Malin. Too late to help the dead.
True.
I am the speaker for Clan Werlock, Offworlders. You have shed our blood. By rights, you should be dead already. But Werlock Gold, the Chief of Chiefs, has ordered that you be given leave to flee and spread the message of our coming.
Krogan don't generally let people go. What does Clan Werlock have planned?
If you walk away now, you can tell your children that you saw Clan Werlock before our blood pact conquered the stars. You think the Erd not impressive? They are pitiful! Werlock Gold will destroy them! The Solarian will cure the genophage, and Clan Warlock will spread across the galaxy in a sea of blood.
Appears they discovered Malin's work. Unfortunate.
It doesn't have to happen like this. I can understand wanting to cure the genophage.
No, human, you understand nothing! You have not seen the piles of children that never lived. The Krogan were wronged. We will make it right, and then we will have our revenge!
Half the galaxy sees the Krogan as victims. If you start a war, you'll lose their support.
We have the Blood Pack, and we have the Solarian. When our clan numbers in the millions, we will not need support. When we cure the genophage, Warlock Gold will rule all Krogan. The Krogan rebellions will become the Krogan Empire. The surviving races will frighten their children with tales of what the Blood Pack did to the Turians. The Asari will scream as their citadel plunges into the sun. We will keep Solarians as slaves and eat their eggs as a delicacy. If you lack the wisdom to flee, then you will be the first of billions to be crushed beneath our might. For Warlock Gold! Attack!
They've seen us.
Watch out! Without their shield, they're nothing.
Easy as pie. No.
Not difficult.
Oof.
Labs likely through there. Can smell antiseptic, hint of dead flesh.
Sometimes I'm really glad I can turn off my mask's olfactory filters.
Active console may contain useful data. One moment. Genetic sequences, hormone mutagens still steady. Protein chains, live tissue, clone tissue. Very thorough. Standard treatment vectors, avoiding scorched earth immunosuppressants to alter hormone levels. Good. Hate to see that.
Most people wouldn't be so casual about developing a sterility plague, Morton.
Not developing, modifying, much more difficult, working within confines of existing genophage, 100 times the complexity. Errors unacceptable, could cause total sterility, malignant tumors, could even reduce effectiveness, worse than doing nothing. Had to keep Krogan population stable, 1 in 1,000, perfect target, optimal growth, like gardening.
You're saying you were working just as hard to keep their population from falling?
Yes, could have eradicated Krogan, not difficult, increased mutation to degrade genetic structure further, chose not to. Rachni extinction tragic, didn't want to repeat. All life precious, universe demands diversity.
What was it like working on the genophage modification project?
Best years of my life. Wake up with ideas, talk over breakfast, experiments all morning. Statistical analysis in afternoon, run new simulations during dinner, set data runs to cook overnight. Laughter, ego, argument, passion, galaxy's biggest problem, massive resources thrown at us. Got anything we wanted.
Do you keep in touch with your old team members?
No. All changed with deployment. Made test drop on isolated Krogan clan, hit rest of Tuchanka when results were positive. End of project. Separate ways. Watching it end, watching birth rates drop. Personal. Private. Not appropriate for team.
How can you agree with using the genophage, Morden? Look at what happened to Tuchanka as a result.
State of Tuchanka not due to genophage. Nuclear winter caused by Krogan before Salarians made first contact. Krogan choices. Refuse truce during Krogan rebellions. Expand after Rachni wars. Splinter after genophage. Genophage medical, not nuclear. No craters from virus. Damage caused by Krogan, not Salarians, not me.
So if the Krogan banded together and formed a united government, you'd welcome that?
Yes, United Krogan saved Galaxy, destroyed Rachni. Genophage, not punishment, simply alters fertility to correct for removal from hostile environment.
We're not gonna find Malin staring at consoles. Come on.
None of those were good options, and I don't want to lose him.
Dead Krogan, female. Tumors indicate experimentation. No restraint marks. Volunteer. Sterile Werelock female willing to risk procedures. Hoped for cure. Pointless. Pointless waste of life.
I didn't expect you to be disturbed by the sight of a dead Krogan.
What? Why? Because of genophage work? Irrelevant. No. Causative. Never experimented on live Krogan. Never killed with medicine. Her death not my work. Only reaction to it. Goal was to stabilize population. Never wanted this. Can see it logically. But still unnecessary. Foolish. Waste of life. Hate to see it.
I didn't think you'd had much direct contact with things like this. Did you come to Tuchanka after dropping your plague?
Yearly recon missions. Water, tissue samples. Ensure no mistakes. Superiors offered to carry it on. Refused. Need to see it in person. Need to look. Need to see. Accepted as necessary. See small picture. Remind myself why I run a clinic on Omega. Rest, young mother. Find your gods. Find someplace better.
I didn't expect spirituality from you, Morden.
Genophage modification project altered millions of lives, then saw results. Ego, humility, juxtaposition, frailty of life, size of universe. Explored religions after work completed. Different races. No answers. Many questions.
You had a crisis of faith.
Sounds like you were trying to deal with your guilty conscience. The doctor who killed millions.
Modified genophage project great in scope. Scientifically brilliant. But ethically difficult. Krogan reaction visceral, tragic. Not guilty, but responsible. Trained as doctor. Genophage affects fertility. Doesn't still cause this. Hard to see big picture behind pile of corpses.
Can you really just rationalize it all away? How do you justify it?
Wheel of life. Popular Salarian concept. Similar to human Hinduism in focus on reincarnation. Appealing to see life as endless. Fix mistakes in next life. Learn, adapt, improve. Refuse to believe life ends here. Too wasteful. Have more to offer. Mistakes to fix. Cannot end here. Could do so much more.
If you need this much soul searching to get over it, maybe the genophage was wrong.
Had to be done. Rachni wars, Krogan rebellions all pointed to Krogan aggression. So many simulations, effects of Krogan population increase, all pointed to war, extinction, genophage or genocide. Save Galaxy from Krogan. Save Krogan from Galaxy.
You know what the sad part is? I really do agree with them. The Krogans are really risking to destroy the universe because they could. You have to understand, like, Morden did what was the best to both keep the Krogan species alive and minimize the destruction of the universe. I have to agree with him on this, but I want to make sure I do this right.
When you put it that way, you did the right thing. Not many would have the guts to look at the results and own it.
Not easy. Sometimes wish I wasn't as intelligent. Choice would have fallen on someone else. Not my problem. Fool's wish. Had to be me. Others might have gotten it wrong. Ready to go, Shepard.
Yeah, I'll take the 2 Renegade, but I'll also take the 2 Paragon. There it is. Ooh, that's second.
Now what's this?
Krogan Vitality. Alright, everything that's in here, right? Yeah.
You killed the Blood Pack guards.
Not Blood Pack, not member of Clan Werlock. Wrong clan markings.
I'm a nerd, not scout. Werlock guards got me. Brought me here.
The Chief Scout told us to watch for you. We've taken out the guards. Get back to Erdnot.
I can't. The Werlock did things to me. Drugs. Injections. Said I was sacrificing for the good of all Krogan. Experiments to cure the genophage. Everything's blurry. Hard to think. Have to stay.
Morton, can you get him back on his feet? Stims, maybe? Something to bolster his immune system?
You don't understand. I'm not too sick to leave. I have to stay. They're curing the genophage. They're gonna make it all better. They have to keep doing the tests.
Caution, Shepard. Patient unstable, susceptible, brainwashed.
Why do you want them to keep doing the tests?
This is my fault. I got caught. Wasn't strong enough. Not good enough. This is the best I can do. This is all I can do. I'm not big enough to have a real shot with the females. I'll never have kids of my own. But if I help undo the genophage, then I mattered.
Millions of children will be born. Werlock children. They're going to destroy the other clans.
But... no. No, they said I was helping Erdnot.
If you want to help Erdnot, you need to get back there. But it would take a real badass to make it back to camp while injured.
I can do it.
You? I said a badass, not some scout whining like a Quarian with a tummy ache.
I'm standing right here.
I can do it. I'm up. And I'm going to the female camp.
Damn right you are. Get back there and show them what you're worth. Go. Go.
I can't believe that worked.
They're just muscle-headed, I hate to say it, idiots.
Shepard, I'm detecting crates ahead that are holding unstable materials. A misplaced shot can cause a significant explosion.
Or a well-placed shot. Burn through broken armor.
Combat drone ready. Enemy charging!
Problematic.
Nice shot, Alex.
Not difficult. them back.
They should soften them up.
Get ready to fight.
One down. Not difficult.
Blood pack! Attack! You'll bleed.
Yeah, I gotta heal him.
Krogan closing in. Hostile marching. We're nice.
Nope. Got the thing. Oh, I'm not getting food. I just realized.
This might be useful.
Ooh, heavy weapon.
Malin, alive, unharmed. No signs of restraint, no evidence of torture. Don't understand.
For such a smart man, Professor, you always had trouble seeing evidence that disagreed with your preconceptions. How long will it take you to admit that I'm here because I wish to be here?
He wasn't kidnapped. He came here voluntarily to cure the genophage.
Impossible. Whole team agreed. Project necessary.
How was I supposed to disagree with the great Dr. Solus? I was your student! I looked up to you!
Experiments performed here. Live subjects, prisoners, torture and executions. You're doing?
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. If it takes a bit more to put things right, I can deal with that.
You honestly think the experiments you did here are justified?
We committed cultural genocide. Nothing I do will ever be justified. The experiments are monstrous because I was taught to be a monster.
Morton, did you ever perform experiments like this?
No. Never taught you this, Malin.
So your hands are clean. What does it matter if the ground is stained with the blood of millions? You taught me that the end justified the means. I will undo what we did, Professor. The only way I know how.
What happens if the genophage is cured and the Krogan expand again? That'll be on your head.
We justified this atrocity by saying the Krogan would cause havoc and war if their population recovered. But look at the galaxy. Batarian attacks in the Traverse, Geth attacks in the Citadel. Is this a more peaceful universe? The assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan recover. We'll never know.
How would a Krogan population explosion have done anything to stop Saren and the Geth?
An increased Krogan population would have forced the Council to take steps, likely involving colony rights in the Traverse. The Turian fleets would be vigilant for any military activity in the area. They might have stopped the Geth at Eden Prime.
Supposition. Impossible to be certain.
Don't you see? We tried to play God and we failed. We only made things worse. And I'm going to fix it.
You talked about killing, but the genophage isn't lethal. It only affects fertility rates.
Krogan fight over fertile females. They become mercenaries or pirates because they see no alternative. They would be thriving in a cultural renaissance now had we not decided that this is what they deserved.
Inaccurate. Krogan population resulted in war. Simulations were clear.
Why work with Clan Weirlock? And how did you access the genophage data?
The data was easy to obtain. We all still had clearance. We were heroes. All I had to do was ask. As for the Weirlock, they were the only clan with both the resources and the commitment.
Urdnot has a larger camp than Weirlock. Why not use them?
Urdnot Rex is too soft. He wasn't willing to do the experiments I needed. It's Urdnot's loss and Weirlock's gain. Their clan will be the first to recover from the crime we committed.
Malin clearly doesn't need rescuing. What do you want to do?
Have to end this.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity!
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait, you don't need to do this, Morton. You're not a murderer.
No. Not a murderer. Thank you, Shepard. Finished, Malin. Get out. No Weirlock left. Project over.
What if he talks to more Krogan? Tells the public about the modified genophage project?
Special Tasks Group good at covering tracks. No proof. Weirlock willingness to work with Salarian, unusual. Other Krogan will kill him.
Aren't you worried that he'll start his research again?
No. Locking this unit. Special Task Group can cut access to old data. Could start from scratch. Decades of work, though. Didn't teach you everything I knew.
You heard the professor. Get out before he changes his mind.
Where am I supposed to go, Professor?
Don't care. Try Omega. Can always use another clinic.
The Krogan didn't deserve what we did to them, Professor. The genophage needs to end.
Not like this. Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters. No kidnapping. My mistake. Thank you.
Don't worry about me, Morton. How are you doing?
Should have killed him. Wanted to. Easier than listening. Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far he's fallen. Expected it from Krogan. Not one of mine.
Maybe you'll remember that the next time you're discussing the ethics of the genophage.
Yes. So many variables. Stress responses. Impossible to truly predict. Something to think about. Malin's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure. Security. Still valuable, though.
If you think it could be useful, why not hang on to it?
Worked for years to create modified genophage. Should destroy this. Malin's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
You regret what the Krogan have become. You see the horror of what they did here, but you see the loss, too.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this, Morton. Save the data.
Point taken, Shepard. Capturing data. Wiping local copy. Still years away from cure, but closer than starting from scratch. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Chanka. Anywhere else. Maybe somewhere sunny.
Ooh. I screwed up. Screwed up.
How long will it take
Okay,
you to
we already
admit that
know
I'm
what
here
happened.
because I wish to be here?
He wasn't.
Impossible.
How was I supposed-
Experiment.
We've already got the blood of millions on our hands, Doctor. It takes a bit more to put things right. As for the Werlock, they were the only clan.
What happens at the
The
Genevieve?
assault on your Eden Prime might never have happened if we had let the Krogan
Malin
recover.
clearly doesn't need rest.
You can't face the truth, can you? Can't admit that your brilliant mind led you to commit an atrocity.
Unacceptable experiments. Unacceptable goals. Won't change. No choice. Have to kill you.
Wait, you don't need to do this, Morton. You're not a murderer.
Finished, Malin. Get out.
You heard the
Where am I supposed
Don't
to
care.
go? The Krogan didn't deserve it.
Apologies, Commander. Misunderstood mission parameters.
Don't worry about
Should've.
me.
Easier for him, too. Experiments indicate how far. Yes. Malin's research. Only loose end. Could destroy it. Closure. Security. Still valuable, though.
This is the research that included tests on living victims. It's tainted.
Right now, victims died for nothing. Keep it. Use it. Death's worth something. Malin's work could cure genophage. Don't know. Effects on Krogan. Effects on Galaxy. Too many variables. Too many variables.
Shoot. No wonder I screwed that up. What the heck? That's not it. I know he's... Listen, here's the thing. I know he's gonna die in 3. I understand that. I'm content with that. I just want to keep him alive in this one. You know? Let me read through this again. Screw it.
You regret what the Krogan have become.
Wasted potential.
They don't deserve this, Morton. Save the data.
Point taken, Shep. Still years away. Done. Ready to go. Ready to be off to Chunka.
I'd like to look around a bit more.
Let's hope I did the right choice. I'm not seeing anything badass pointing otherwise. Just do a quick check. Easy way to do it. Oh, thank gosh.
I have work for you if you want it, or not grunt. Just set it aside and talk. Someday we'll get off this one and show those Turians who's boss.
I know. I'll do that.
After the destruction of Clan Werlock. Based on population profiles. Clan Erdnot has adopted surviving members of Clan Werlock, mostly women and children. In addition, killing the
Were you around when the female camps and the children overlapped? No. Shepard, what can I do for you, my friend?
Good to see you,
Wish I
Rex.
could.
Great. Just hope I chose the right thing. Shoot, hang on. Need to pull it back up on my phone, make sure I haven't missed anything. I highly doubt it, but just in the off chance.
One of the children, probably 5 years from the right. Think you actually had a fertile... Place your bet on the pits, you...
Welcome to the clan, Erdnot Grunt.
Honored to be a part of it.
Good for you. Now go find something else to do. Those fools brought this Tomka back from a skirmish without its combustion manifold. They say it got shot off in the field. You tell me, how can you expect a Tomka to run without a combustion manifold?
I found a combustion manifold out in the field. Is this what you need?
That'll work. Faster than building one from scratch, at least. You just saved me 3 days' work, human. You've earned my time if you want it.
What's that you're working on there?
I'm tuning up these machines for battle. It's
Hey,
a
how you
wonder this
doing?
Tomka here made it back to camp. It could be worse. A couple more hits on the broadside, and this thing would have
Just took care of Morden's loyalty mission.
How do you feel about what Rex is trying to do?
The old man's crazy, if you ask me. Which you just did. But that stuff fixes itself. If it doesn't work, Rex gets torn to shreds and we find out who's got the next best plan.
Let me get out of your way.
Don't do me any favors.
The pits have been a bloodbath ever since Urza's
Right, there
handler
should
was
be a,
exiled.
right. Excuse
Don't
me.
touch anything.
As I understand it, Clan Erdnot has a new member. So, you're our new warrior. The shaman gave you the customary upgrades, I assume. He's fast to pass on my work as his reward. Use them well. The Lord High Researcher for Clan Erdnot has no time to make replacements. But perhaps I can offer a discount.
Enjoy your research.
Yes, move along.
These things would last long.
Ignore them, girl. They're not worth the effort.
My scout made it back. We've got him at the tent. Doesn't remember much beyond getting tortured, but he remembers you. Said you yelled at him until he got his hump out of that basin back here. You've got a quad, human. Thanks for saving my scout. Saves me having to train another one.
Talk to you later.
Alright.
This Baron could track you anywhere on the planet.
Good thing I'm not going to be on this planet much longer. I bought you out. Literally. And there's no reason for me to come back. Excuse me.
And the Solarians, too. Little bastards.
Let's turn back to Normandy.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Still hard to believe Malin betrayed me. Betrayed my work. Disgusted by his actions. Proud of his nerve, though. Almost thought he lacked backbone. Hope he finds something new. Better goal, better purpose. Fewer torture tests.
You seem awfully relaxed.
You're really at peace with what happened?
Yes, of course. Can't change what happened. Life continues. Back to mission, back to work. Become like Malin otherwise. Solarian emotional processing faster than other species. Has to be. Short-lived culture can't spend time reminiscing.
What about Malin's data on the genophage? His attempts at a cure?
What about it? Have it over there somewhere. Not dealing with it now. Need to focus on collectors. Not important now, regardless. Appreciate you helping me back on Tuchanka. Should get back to work. Wasted enough time already. Lots to do. Talk later?
Alright. Haven't done your mission yet.
What's this area of the ship?
What could happen to you? Okay.
This is Commander. You might want to speak with Tally. She seems very worried about something.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I wonder when her loyalty mission was going to pop up.
The new armor reinforcements really threw off the gravimetric profiles. But engines are good to go. I rebalanced the Gilborn coefficients and adjusted the anterior intakes on the second-tier stabilizers.
I love it when you talk dirty.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help. I just received a message from the migrant fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason. I'm scared, Shepard.
Nobody who knows
They're
you
crazy.
believe you betray your people, Tally.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
What are the charges exactly?
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
Easy,
What happens
easy.
when
So what's the
Aquarian
next
is
step?
accused of treason?
There's a hearing with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now. The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
Oh,
okay. Let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
Need to talk to Grunt anyways. I'll put a hold on everyone else's missions. Tally comes next. How you feel, Grunt?
Not Grunt. I like it. I have a clan. That makes me... It makes me want to fight, not just able to. At Uvink, I wanted to disembowel him, to tear out his spine like a trophy.
Nah, this is gonna be
You
down,
started
man.
this because you were losing control. Now you sound more violent than ever.
Rex said I was normal. Just had this built-up stuff because of being grown in the tank. Now that I know it's not an outside thing, and I have a place as a Krogan, I like it. Our enemies are in trouble, Shepard, and we better not run out of targets.
Someday it'll end. It has to.
I'm not planning on living like this forever, Grunt.
Talk like that, and it won't be your choice. I'm sure as hell not quitting with a whimper. Just so you're clear where we stand.
Yeah. Anyone else?
No messages for you, Commander.
Alright, let's go to the flotilla. As you can see, I have a lot of crap I need to do. before I even get anywhere close to the IFF. Yep, I need Tally. And we'll bring Garrus along. I'll bring the LG squad.
This is Talizora Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Showtime, boys. Rieger?
Captain Shepard, Talizora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
Commander.
I never actually reached the rank of captain. Technically, I'm no longer in the Alliance military at all.
You're the commander of the Normandy, responsible for the lives aboard. That entitles you to respect among our people. May you stand between your crew and harm as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars.
Kila Salai. It's an old ship captain's blessing, Shepard.
Oh, thank you. Anyways, I'm here for
Tally
Tally.
helped the Normandy's
She added
crew
a
in
great
many
deal.
difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help Tally. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
What do we do
Let's deal with
now?
that later, Tally. What's our next step, Captain?
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tally, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Understood.
I can't believe they're charging Talizora with such a thing.
If Talizora can't even get a Quarian captain to stand for her, she's as good as convicted.
This one.
Talizora vas Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron! Shepard Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
Are you part of the trial?
Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
Why does
I
her
take it
name
being
matter?
associated with the human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Talizora Vasnima. Whatever we must call you legally.
We should go in.
I guess we should get started. Does Tally have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side?
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
So we're screwed.
So, you would actually speak for my defense.
This is a terrible one.
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tally.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask for a better counselor.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you. This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive. The accused Talia Zora Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against a charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Talia crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Talia's captain, Shepard must stay.
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Talia Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
If it helps Talia, I will. But in her heart, she remains Talia Zora Vas Nima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that our captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent Talia Zora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
Talia would never endanger the migrant fleet. She pleads not guilty.
I left parts and technology for teams to pick up. My father ordered me to do so, but I would never send active guests to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
We need to help.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarian strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you bastet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. The shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Let's go.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
Are you alright?
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the
If anyone can retake the...
Tali, I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard, Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. I'm glad to see Tali's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
I get the sense you're inclined to believe the defense. I'm glad one of the judges is.
If you were only giving Rail inactive equipment for weapons tests, I've got no problem. We need to test weapons against Geth material. I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Alright, we need to get 2 people on our... Nope,
the
that's...
admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
I know you're trying to help her, Admiral, but that was over the line.
She has nobody else to speak for her, Shepard. I am doing everything in my power. That's what her father would have wanted.
Don't say it like that. He could still be alive on that ship.
You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you? Good luck on the Alarai.
If Tali's
I'm talking to him. Where is...
Captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
Sorry, ran into you. She's gotta be on the other side. Oh, Vita!
Shepard? How did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
I hope you
Take
feel
care
better.
of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Okay, there's Zen. Rieger!
Rieger.
Shepard, Talizora, good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
Have you
How's
been,
your
Rieger?
health,
You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strike ops tally. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
We should get going.
Good luck on the Alarai. Stay safe out there.
Alright, let's see if we can get Zen on our
Tali
side. We need at least 2 out
given
of
the
3.
circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shepard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
say much
what's your
during the
stance?
opening statements, Admiral.
There wasn't much to say. This trial is a waste of time.
It matters a great deal to me.
If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Okay, maybe it's the last one then.
The human can work a crowd, I'll admit that much.
If anyone can...
Tally, Shepard, you should get to the Alarai.
Thanks for the information.
Good luck.
Long run. Here we go.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalkoris Vas Quib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rael Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Talizora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Talizora. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
I mean, if they can really sue for peace, that's your best option. A war against the Geth it's gonna be impossible.
Shepard spoke well to the admirals.
Alright, let's do this thing.
Even during the hearing, Talizora's first thought is...
My father dead or trapped on the Alarai? My name stripped? How could you not tell me this, Captain?
I'm sorry, Tali. I was under orders from Admiral Ran herself. I couldn't say anything. She wanted to get you onto the Alarai. She said that the Admiralty Board needed to see your reactions. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
We'll talk to you later, Captain.
Alright, this way, right? Nope, not. Wait, is it? Okay, no, not the star.
I didn't expect a human to be such a good speaker.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than anything else.
Oh, I gotta go up those stairs, right?
Tali, Shepard, good luck.
Wrong way. Here we are.
Shepard spoke well to the admirals.
Talizora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Do you know what's over there?
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
That may be a possibility. We're ready, though.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kila Selai.
We've got trouble.
A lot of shield.
Got one. One.
Clocked hostile. Look sharp.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secured drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Interesting. But does any of
Does
this
that
help?
salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. How did you get their networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
Let's just pass right above it.
I'll take it.
Hostiles!
Lockdown navigation. Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the
Yeah, definitely probably give me my last mission for tonight. I'm feeling tired.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our homeworld.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on. One down. Take that. One down.
Oof, fading.
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me.
Hey, come here.
Damn it. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. The main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangel and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He did what he could.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
Let's do this thing.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with bypass security protocols if need be.
He wanted to keep his
It
promise.
sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Rael Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the admirals say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
Sounds like the hearing is already underway.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
You should pardon Tali.
Tali Zora Vas Normandy saved the Alarai. I hope this proves her loyalty to
Garrus
the
up there.
Quarian people.
Her loyalty was never in doubt, only her judgment.
Perhaps Tali Zora can offer something to encourage more trust in her judgment.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Please don't tell him.
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
I don't need freaking
Tali
evidence.
helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance...
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. And Garrel wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali Zora saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
Don't go to war.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please, don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
You're not disappointed?
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
I didn't do this for
Tell
Rail.
me about what your father said, what he did. You deserve better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Come on, Talizora Vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
We can use this.
$34 Paragon. Time to start the best.
Message at your private terminal.
Yeah, it's just. Where am I going? I'm going down to Jack.
Kenneth, what has the new shielding done to your power grid balance?
Not much. With built-in capacitor subsystems, they have a surprisingly low draw.
Doesn't that mean the shielding boost wouldn't last long under fire?
True. They're built for hard, fast strikes, not firefights of attrition.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics. All that infighting, seeing what my father did. You were the only one there for me, Shepard. The only cover I had against that storm. Thank you.
You deserve better.
The whole trial was insulting. You should have had time to mourn your father.
I don't think life is about what you deserve, but my father would be honored that I chose to mourn him by blowing up a lot of gas. I should get back to work, but thanks for checking on me.
Hang on. Where are you going?
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
I'll let you work.
Fine.
Talk to you later.
Alright, let me do a quick save. Let me look something up quick. Alright, I need to do a mission from the looks of it. Alright. That is where we're going to be stopping for today. Anyone else? Figured as much. Let's see what this message is back from female camp. Oh, it's the, or not, scout. Alright. One more save file. And I will see all you pretty and really. I still need to figure out a better outro. I'll see all you lovely people next time. Till then.